Man, imagine having the whole world in the palm of your hands, being 18, signed to internet money, having a big album release with major artists on it, and you're basically looking like you're about to have a crazy career, but then it all goes downhill one night in Augusta, Georgia, man. We gotta talk about this situation that's ongoing with Rakim, who the rising rapper from Georgia basically got arrested for hitting someone up in a crazy incident that went down in Georgia, and it's looking like his whole life that was supposed to be ahead of him might be over with life in prison if he doesn't beat this case that basically went down, man. It's a crazy story of rags to riches and then a downfall that honestly I've never even really seen before in the rap world, because he was just coming up, you know, an 18-year-old signed to internet money, one of the biggest producer collectives that we've seen really in our days, and you would think that he would be able to take the opportunity and go far, but it's looking like he might have a couple bumps in the road, man. We got to get into it right now, but before we do, I'm gonna need you to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna run up this video, man. Make sure y'all check out the merch too, link in the description at staysafeworld.com, link in the bio, man. You already know, man. Make sure y'all join notification gang too. Let's get it.
Today we're getting more information on a victim killed in a shooting yesterday afternoon. The coroner says he's 24-year-old Husseini Yunusa. The sheriff's office says someone shot at Yunusa and another person while they were driving down the road. All of this happening on St. Andrews Drive and Perimeter Drive near the estates at Perimeter. Deputies say the suspect sped off on Perimeter Parkway before crashing into trees at the intersection of Interstate Parkway. We're told the driver was taken to the hospital. Still no word yet on who the suspects are or if they've been arrested.
Man, I swear, Rakim was going up. He released a debut album called Free Me, and coincidentally, just a year later, he's actually probably going to be asking people to free him now because of the ongoing case that he's going through in Augusta, Georgia, man. The Richmond County Coroner's Office and Richmond County Sheriff's Office basically are investigating a deadly shooting that happened Wednesday, April 26, 2023. The victim was identified as 24-year-old Yasani Yusuna of Austell, according to Richmond County Coroner's Office. At 5:55 p.m. that day, the Sheriff's Office responded to St. Andrews Drive and Perimeter Drive for shots fired with two victims. While the victims were driving down the road, an unidentified person shot at the vehicle, striking the victims, according to the Sheriff's Office. The driver sped off on Perimeter Parkway, crashed into trees at the intersection of Interstate Parkway, and the coroner says the driver was taken to the hospital and the passenger was pronounced dead at the scene at 6:45 p.m. And that person that apparently is the main suspect in this is none other than Rakim. Probably just like 2 months after the incident, the Richmond County authorities made an arrest in connection to the April shooting with a young Augusta rapper identified as Rakim, whose real name is Kenneth Williams, age 19, is now facing charges of murder and aggravated assault in relation to a double shooting incident on April 26. The shooting basically resulted in the death of Husseini Yusuna from Austell and left 20-year-old Kobe Burns from Augusta injured. The incident occurred outside the estate's perimeter on St. Andrews Drive when perpetrators who had been in another vehicle opened fire on the victim's vehicle. Burns, who was allegedly intoxicated, quickly fled the scene but eventually crashed into scenes at the intersection of Interstate Parkway. He was promptly taken to the hospital for treatment, while the passenger, Yusuna, tragically succumbed to his injuries. Worth noting, prior to his death, Yusuna had enlisted residence in Cobb County, where he had previously served time in prison for weapons-related offenses, drug dealing, and gang activity. He had been arrested in Richmond County the previous summer on drug charges following a chase with deputies related to a DUI incident. Authorities served the murder warrant for Kenneth Williams, aka Rakim, while he was already in jail for a probation-related offense. Williams has a prior criminal record, having been convicted of possession of a firearm, felony, burglary, and theft by receiving stolen property. Despite his legal troubles, he basically came up and blew up, from rapping, and was signed to internet money, like I said earlier. So it's honestly pretty surprising to see this, especially when he was just in jail for a probation violation, man. Bro had Sofago, Honcho, like mad people on his debut project. Bro was coming up, had a hit single, so it's just crazy to see people crash out like this. A lot of these rap dudes are crash dummies, which is kind of sad to say, And a lot of times what they be talking about in the music be real life. It's so crazy because it's like you can have a duality. You can have some rappers that are talking crazy and then they end up snitching or end up, living the opposite of what they talk about. And then they got people that really be doing this type of stuff. But I have no idea why on earth you would be going around doing drills when you're signed to Internet Money. Like, what is the point of that? Why are you in Augusta, Georgia doing drills, bro? Like, work on music. That doesn't have anything to do with each other. Especially you hitting up someone for, like, man, it's just not worth it at that point. Like, you have your whole future, and if you just piss that down the drain just for shooting someone up for no reason or something that happened in the past, bro, like, that just doesn't even make sense. There's like hundreds of other people that would probably want to be in the same position that you are in. So it's crazy that you end up being like this, man. Who would have thought, I wouldn't have, especially listening to this dude's music. It's kind of sad, but at the end of the day, that's what happens. And I guess it's a harsh reality of the street life and how it can really catch up to you, especially if you're just crashing out. And the police haven't really issued any statements talking about what type of evidence they had that basically had him caught up in this whole case. But the fact that they basically were able to easily find him probably shows that he left a lot of evidence, probably, and like we're easily able to figure it out, man. But we're gonna keep y'all posted if any more new developments come in this case, man. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. You already know what's going on. Stay safe, world shit. Let's go.